Introducing first to the challenger. He weighs in at 217 pounds, fighting out of Birmingham, England. Here is Dynamite Pete Dunne! And his opponent. He weighs in 175 pounds, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Bulking up to 198 pounds. St. Louis, Missouri, he is your reigning and defending AIW Intense Division Champion, Davey Vega!
I know, right?
And an international challenge awaiting Davey Vega. And I think there's a little bit of a lost in translation there. Davey Vega looking for the handshake and wasn't entirely sure what the Dynamite Man himself meant by that response. And quite the challenge waiting for Davey Vega. And I'll tell you what, I had a discussion with Davey Vega after Failure by Design. And the first question he asked me, Aaron, it wasn't enough for him to be the Intense Division champion. He asked what it would take. He actually told me he's got the date circled on his calendar at home in August of next year where he would surpass BJ Whitmer's reign as longest, not just Intense Division title reign, but male title reign in AIW history. And that's quite an accomplishment. You're talking about beating out BJ Whitmer, beating out Tyler Black, who of course now carrying around a briefcase in WWE these days, beating out guys like Zema Ion, Johnny Gargano.
Guys like Allison Kay.
Some of the biggest names in AIW. And that's the kind of goal he has. It wasn't enough for him just to finally catch some momentum, to finally catch some attention. He wants to go all the way with this. He wants to go in the record books with this Intense Division title reign.
Well, you know what? I'm not the biggest Davey Vega fan in the world. But I have to be honest here. I am impressed with him. I mean, if you beat the greatest Intense Division champion in history, which was Louis Linden, then that kind of makes you the greatest Intense Division champion. Not in history. I still think Linden is. I mean, he beat Steen, Gargano, Fontaine. Lots of people. Great reign. But he's got potential. I mean, Pete Dunne here, he's kind of like England's version of Davey Vega.
I'll tell you what, he's a guy that's gaining a lot of traction, he's gaining a lot of attention. Definitely an international superstar on the rise. No stranger to us here in AIW. We had the pleasure of having our friends from the UK over a few months ago, last year. We saw him a couple times in action. And now headed back to the U.S., starting a tour here that, of course, we'll see him in Chikara's King of Trios, our good friends over there with the King of Trios tournament.
Never heard of it. But yeah, that's one thing that really stood out to me when this match was announced, was that Davey Vega, catching a lot of buzz lately here in the States. Primarily a tag team wrestler, making his name as a singles wrestler. And then you got, Pete Dunne. I like it all. The guys compare to each other very well.
Well, right now, Dunne working the joints for something that's not really legal in any form of combat sports, to do small joint locks like that. But using his body I'll tell you what, a guy who's bulked up a little bit since the last time we saw him.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah.
added some mass, and I'm sure added some strength to go along with it. So you can see on that shoulder block right there.
You know, sometimes though you try to get bigger, you try to get stronger, but then you're sacrificing speed. You're sacrificing your quickness and your, agility. But I don't know that Pete Dunne has done that. That's the impressive thing.
Well, he was a guy who was always extremely respected for his technical game.
See, and he's got this new attitude too. Before he was playing up to the people. He was trying to get the crowd on his side. Now he doesn't care. Now he just wants to win titles and win matches. And
huge accomplishment.
I love that.
Become the Intense Division champion here on night 1 of Wrestle Rager.
Hey, and what if he does that? And then he goes back to England with the title.
Oh, then there's going to be some expensive flights in AIW's future, I think.
Let's go, Davey.
Oh! But caught coming off the second rope. We talked about how he's gained the size, how he's gained the strength, how he's got the technical game. He definitely is at a speed disadvantage against the Intense Division champion, Davey Vega. A guy who for months we referred to as Mr. Underrated, and his profile's come up so much as Intense champion that he's almost lost the ability to call him underrated, because if you don't respect Davey Vega coming into a match, you're going to get caught. But right there, it was Vega's kick getting caught.
I'll ask you point blank right here, Wadsworth. Who do you like in this match?
It's a tough one. Davey Vega, obviously everyone knows I've been a big fan of his for years now. The potential. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter at all, you saw my comment after Failure by Design. Basically said anyone that's not booking Davey Vega should just close up shop because they obviously don't know what they're doing running a wrestling promotion.
Ooh,
but
I like that move right there.
I mean, in a guy like
Pete Dunne,
you've got someone who there isn't as much tape for Vega to watch because of the fact that most of his action takes place in the UK, because of the fact that he spent his days overseas and has only been in the United States sparingly. There isn't as much for Davey Vega to study on.
Right, and in the UK they don't have cameras, so there's no possible way that people can see unless they went to a live event there.
Vega caught in that submission. I talked about the technical game. I talked about the ground game.
I like that move right there. It looked like he bit his fingers. Looked like he
That's
bit
exactly
David.
what he did.
Probably better than that fish and chips they eat over there. But hey, I don't know if he's eating fish and chips over in the UK right now. Looks like he's on a steady diet of cow.
Speaking of
red meat.
Video distribution in the UK and in Europe as a whole, I think you should watch what you say because they have pretty easy access to us these days.
Well, they won't understand what I'm saying. I'm speaking in English. Or will...
What do you think they speak in England?
Oh. Well, I've just been dumbfounded here, Wadsworth.
Well, right now it's Dunne in control. Irish whip across on Vega. Grabs him as he comes out. Backbreaker just snapping him across the knee.
Got to cover.
Hook of the leg. Driving his body weight down, but it's only going to get 2.
Pete Red Meat Dunne. He's eating a lot of red meat lately, Wadsworth. They call him red meat over there in the Isle of England, which is a little bit north of Hawaii and south of Japan.
I'm pretty sure you just made up everything you said.
Well, I'm out here to be a broadcast journalist and a color analyst.
Not to report facts.
Well, facts a lot of times get in the way of the stories that I tell.
Well, Dunne with the knee lifts.
Yeah, Davey Vega's face is getting in the way of Pete Dunne's knee.
Well, Vega, though, using that speed advantage, the lariat, followed up with the back elbow. And Vega definitely catching that second win. Reversal of the Irish whip, though, by Dunne, sends him in. Vega out of the way. The boot right to the face. Vega up top now. Missile drop kick, sending Dunne rolling across the ring. 1, 2.
That's not it. Usually when I say that's it, that means it's it. But not this time, apparently.
Well, Pete Dunne not getting that memo and kicking out.
Wadsworth, I got to commend you on something. You got Dave Dawson in there officiating, and not Tom Dunne, the elderly grandfather, great-grandfather of one Peter Red Meat Dunne. So I'm glad to see that you're being impartial, just like me.
I don't know if you realize this.
Yes.
They don't even spell their last names the same way.
Well, in England, they don't spell things the same way they do in the United States of America. Oh! How do you spell that, Wadsworth?
Well, you may spell it new intense division champion. Dunne starting to show some frustration.
Tom Dunne?
I'm sure,
Pete Dunne.
I'm sure if he has to listen to you on commentary, he's showing some frustration.
Look at Pete Dunne, he's mad. He's like, I'm so mad that I'm Tom Dunne's great-grandchild. But look, man, second generation.
Wouldn't that make him like fourth generation?
Eighth generation. Dunne's been around a while. Look out for the boom flip.
Well, Davey Vega was certainly looking out. Dunne taking a little bit too much time. Vega gets the knees up, gets the boot up, driving it right through the jaw. 1, 2, 3.
Woo! What happened there?
Dave Dawson right on top of it. Dunne barely getting the shoulder up in time. And even Davey Vega in disbelief.
Well, you know, that messes with a man, too. You think you have him, you think it's over, you think you're going to go back to the locker room as still the champion, but the man kicks out. You got a strong challenger there in Pete Dunne.
Vega sizing him up, but takes too much time. Headbutt to the midsection. European uppercut looks to hit the rope.
Oh.
He's caught.
American back lariat. Oh,
Vega.
European elbow.
Vega looking for the wrong game, looking to use the power, and he eats that forearm.
European forearm.
Almost a 3 count. Vega kicking out yet again.
Wadsworth, I can tell you were scared too. You're a little nervous. When Pete Dunne takes that championship back to El Paso, England.
Well, I'll just be glad I'm not the guy paying for the flights at that point.
Well, who pays for the flights? Is that Flexer?
He's the owner.
Wait a second.
The pump kick from Vega sidesteps Dunne coming in. German suplex using his own momentum against him, pulling him to his feet.
Wait.
Great crash. Vega dropping him right on the head. 2 and 3. No!
Hey now, we're looking at a show stealer right here, Wadsworth.
Vega.
Glad I booked this match.
Vega trying to figure out what it's going to take.
Crowd, they're getting behind Vega now because they know he needs it.
Now Vega taking Dunne up top.
Vega, what's wrong with him having that hairstyle? Whoa!
Super run up, and Dunne rolls through.
Hook the tights, Oh. He'd have had him if he'd have grabbed the tights.
There's a roll up, and he's not grabbing the tights, but his damn feet are on the rope.
His feet were on the ropes. I didn't see it. My monitor went out.
Dunne taking too long, arguing with Dawson. Pump kick finds the mark. Now it's Vega who's caught no fireman's carry position. Dunne sends him over into the European uppercut. 1, 2, 3.
Ah! Hey, my heart skipped a beat there. Whoa! I don't know how. Does it get closer than that, Wadsworth?
I don't know that you could have.
But I guess that's why, Davey Vega is the Intense Division champion.
Well, if there's one thing you cannot question, it's the fight that Davey Vega brings to this. I already told you just how much that Intense Division title means to him. If you take it from him, you're going to have to drag it out of his unconscious hands, I think.
And I don't think Pete Dunne would mind that. He'll drag it out of his unconscious hands. This new attitude.
Dunne headed all the way up top now.
I've never seen this out of him before.
Looking for that superplex, but Vega countering out, sweeping the leg. And he's left hanging in the corner.
Uh-oh.
Vega, double stomp!
Almost through the mat.
Now Vega catching him.
He's got him.
Up.
There it is.
Back of the head across both knees. 1, 2,